Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Afterthought / Player Ratings. We are combining them tonight. And what we just watched was West Ham 3, Bačka Topola 1. I'm joined here with Mitch. Fever will be with us shortly, and I think Alfie is on his horse on his way home to get back for the player ratings. I don't think Mitch will be taking part, but if he does, it'll be electric. Mitch, how are you?
I'm excellent, thank you, mate. I'm great. Superb. As always.
And before we start, people, please, if you haven't already, smash a like on the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon while you're at it. And if you would like to become a member of the channel and help support us further in our journey as a YouTube channel, please visit the link in the description below. And before we start, I'd like to get to everyone that has showed up early in the chat. Jay, hope you're well, mate. Make it 1-1, mate. Oh, he was commenting during the game. Mark, hope you're well. 3-1. Evan, job done. Wasn't easy. Showed them far too much respect before our first goal. I don't know. Very impressed with Kudus tonight. And hammer on. First 60 minutes. Poor next 30 minutes. Great JWP Starboy Kudus. Off the mark. Ben Rama, man of the match. Bring on Liverpool. All right, Mitch. Let's get into it, mate. Give me your... let's just talk about the match in general. How'd you think it went? Thoughts, all that. And then we will...
I mean, until like the last 35, 40 minutes of the game, I wasn't that happy. I wasn't impressed up until that point, but when we got a bit of rhythm going, then yeah, some of the players that weren't having such good games then started to step up. I don't know. I think this is one we're going to disagree on tonight. I know I probably won't be here for the player ratings, depending on when we start and not. But I thought Ben Rama had a shocking first half. I thought it was really poor first half, and whether you agree with me or not, it's up to you boys. But, I just thought he gave the ball away so many times. It's done nothing going forward, and I was getting very wound up with him. But there was one special man today, and he was a Greek man. And I was very happy with Mavropanos. Extremely happy, in fact. I had a couple little slips, but again, I think a lot of people gave the ball away tonight in little areas and lost control of the ball because it was heavily raining. So I think you can let that slide, literally. But overall, I thought he was one of our best players, if not our best player tonight. Very happy.
Yeah, for me... I'll let Fever come in last since he is tardy. But I thought first half, all we were missing was a goal. I thought we played pretty well for what we were going up against. I thought Ben Rama was all right, personally, just to go off what you just said. I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was fantastic in the first half. But
was any of him?
I had no complaint, really. In the first half, at least, the only players that really did not impress me at all was Thilo Kehrer and Cresswell. Cresswell's finished, as far as I'm...
I think Fornals was... What Fornals?
I actually thought Fornals was very solid. I didn't think he was bad at all. Man, he was playing some banging passes. He was playing some banging passes. I thought he was okay.
Was he?
I thought...
I'll tell you who as well. Ings. Oh, make me sick.
And yeah, I don't even want to talk about Danny Ings. He's about as useless as anything, really. He was playing as a number 10 tonight in the second half as well, which was hilarious. But Kerr and Cresswell, unimpressive for me. I think I don't know how you feel now about seeing Thilo at right back, but there's no shot. There's no shot he's better than Supau.
I think he grew into the game, but he wasn't good enough tonight. I wanted to see more.
And Cresswell, like I said, he's about finished. Him and Ben Rama the first.
I'm glad
minutes,
because
him and Ben Rama the first 10 minutes, the left-hand flank was completely unwatchable. I was like, "There's no way this can continue." And I'm not happy that he went off injured, but as soon as Emerson came on in the second half, or whenever that was, it was a lot different. But second half, obviously. Did not start well at all.
Well, I was going to say something because I've heard what you just rambling on about. What the fuck are you talking about with Ben Rama on the left-hand side?
What do you mean?
Because you know, Kudus was not all that up until the goal.
Yeah, Kudus was not good enough today.
Exactly that. So
Kudus was
let's not
solid.
all start going on Saeed fucking straight away because he's the target.
I'm going to side Shoei because Saeed's been here and he's been dropping stinking performances every time this season he's played, besides from Brighton.
Right, but this is Kudus's home debut, and he didn't do
exactly.
a lot.
So I'm not going to go mental on him.
Just
Ben
lay
Rama's been
off.
here for 3 years now. He needs to sort himself out.
I don't give a fuck how long Saeed's been here. Don't keep going in
because his
on
time
Saeed
will
Ben
be up
Rama.
at the end of the season.
Well, his time's not up at the end of the fucking season. He's the one, and you can thank him right now, and you can kiss his fucking feet for putting the ball in for the first goal to get us back in the game. Because without him doing that,
it was a great ball.
we was doing nothing.
Second half, he was superb. Second half, superb. Very impressive. Second half.
Right. Well,
fucking praise him then.
Don't keep coming onto it. Second half, you gave me a fucking chance.
Fucking praise him, and that goes for everyone, not just fucking Mitch. Everyone, praise him up. Fucking people are too easy to keep criticising his cunt every 5 seconds. He's getting me tits. Carry on.
As I was saying, first 10 minutes, Cresswell and Benrahma were unwatchable, but second half we started off bad, but then certain individuals grew into the match. Benrahma's assist to Kudus, it turned into an own goal, but fantastic cross, and then he started to cook from there on in. I disagree about Kudus. I thought he was standout first half. Second half, not as well, but I thought Kudus had a solid debut. But Lucas Paqueta, I thought, was very good. Mavropanos.
It was excellent tonight.
Mavropanos as well, unbelievable. I don't care who we were playing for a debut. That is about as good as it gets. He's done a lot of things well, and the qualities that we have seen from his highlights, YouTube clips, or whatever, they really stand out in my opinion. He can leap. He has got a jump on him. And let's not forget James Ward-Prowse.
His set piece tonight were absolutely superb. his crosses from corners will just bang on almost every time. Absolutely world class.
And Angelo Ogbonna, I thought he was okay first half, and then obviously he had an absolute stinker. There's no one to blame but him for that. And I thought Fabianski he really didn't have a lot to do. I thought he was okay. But Fever, tell us how you saw the match today.
I thought it was shit in the first half. Everyone.
Whoa.
You don't think Paqueta was, no?
I thought Paqueta was okay. He's okay, but we should be rolling this team, no problem. And we're struggling against this team tonight. Let's have it right now. Yeah, a mistake. We're 1-0 down, and then we're fighting to stay in it. Yeah, and then eventually our quality in the end sort of comes through in the end. Yeah, you're praising up Kudus, but up until the goal that he scored, for the first goal, what did he do? Not a lot.
He made 2 fantastic runs.
Yeah, but fuck me, bruv. I want more than fucking fantastic runs against the fucking...
He played good 1-2 passes with people.
Mate, listen, I think we've got to get real, yeah? Right? It ain't about fantastic runs. We need to see shots on goal, right? And bulldozer. Second half, we bulldoze our way through.
He had plenty of shots as well that went out for corners.
Yeah.
I mean...
but it's not on goal, is it? Do you know what I mean? On goal.
How can they go on goal when they get blocked every time?
Well, fucking don't get them blocked. Do you know what I'm saying?
How can they not get blocked in a low block?
I thought Mavropanos, and I said it the other week on the tier list, and you laughed at me. £18 million is fantastic business.
I don't laugh.
Right?
I laugh, yeah.
Yeah, no,
I agree it's good business.
Right? No, you said you haven't seen him play. I said I don't have to see him.
You put it in the top tier, S tier, after not even seeing a single game.
£18 million. 18 million. Yeah, and he looks ready to rock and roll. Yeah. People keep saying about Aguerd, right? I hope people go in on Ogbonna tonight because that was shit. Let's be real, it was shit. Cresswell, poor. Fornals, disappointed to come off. Looked angry with Moyes. Looked really angry.
Should have been, because that one pass he played. That one pass that Danny Ings played to Antonio, it wasn't the one that he messed up. I think it was another one. But if I was Fornals, I would have been livid coming off before Danny Ings, because Fornals makes that pass to Antonio that Danny Ings did not make. That literally made no sense to me.
And the thing is, right, I see people knocking Benny again, and it just gets on my fucking nerves. Yeah, he's the reason why we got back in the game, because no other person was doing nothing. Let's have it right.
A lot of mixed reviews tonight from what I've seen.
Well, fucking someone tell me, yeah? They knock him. He does one good thing to get us back in the game, and no one wants to praise him. It's
like I said,
stupid.
I think first half he was all right, and I thought he grew a little bit towards the end of the first half, and then obviously we didn't start off too well in the second half, but then he put in an absolute worldie of a cross, goes in, and then from there he started to cook for me. So I thought he was pretty good tonight.
I thought Ings shouldn't have been on the pitch for as long as he was.
Shocking player.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that one. I'm going to be honest. If we lose Emerson, we're fucked.
I was just thinking that. I was literally just thinking
that. Mate, Cresswell is done.
Mate, it ain't about Cresswell.
He's better than Emerson, apparently, according to them stats.
But what I'm saying is, if you lose Emerson's running ability and ball carrying ability, we have got nothing on either flank at left back or right back. Nothing. And that is a worrying sign, gentlemen. If we lose that, then who's going to be carrying the ball up the pitch for us from a defensive stance? No one.
Mavropanos.
I want him sent off.
Yeah, well, you can do that.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, we got the win. Could have scored a goal. Good goal. I'll give him his due on that. And then obviously the final goal, Suchek scored, which was a good header. Let's be real. James Ward-Prowse again.
It was good.
You know what I mean?
Mate, it's too easy for him, man. It is too easy for JWP.
But I think, just to round it up from me, I think we've seen tonight how West Ham can cope from being 1-0 down, because they didn't panic. They just kept doing what they always do. And in the end, they got their rewards. But I don't want us to blow smoke up the team's arse and say that we was amazing tonight, because a mistake fucked us. And after that, we are chasing the game big time, and we are literally trying to.
But to be fair, that was an individual mistake.
Yeah, I know. But
and I completely disagree. I thought first half we were pretty good. We just were missing a goal, and some of the stuff you just can't, like, in my opinion, really fault them for. Like,
yeah,
you can only do so much against a low block, and we all know when we have possession. I know we're playing a very inferior opponent, but we're not at our best when we have possession. It's not an excuse for me, but like, you can only do so much against a low block, and really,
but you can't, because we were playing so predictable. We're playing balls into the box a lot in the first half with Danny Ings in there.
And if we went into the half 1-0 up, I think everyone would have been like, "Wow, that was a very good first half." I thought we were missing. I thought we were just missing a goal.
I don't think it was a good first half. I thought we huffed and puffed, but like, I think I even tweeted it. I said,
it was very Pellegrini-esque half. That was
like my attitude was, why is there no shots on target? It's okay having shots, yeah. I could line up loads of people to have shots from outside the box, but if they're not making the keeper work, then what is the point? What's the point? So, no, not for me. I thought it was poor first half. Honest.
Yeah, I personally have to disagree with that one. Is there anything else you gents would like to talk about before we get into the player ratings?
Quickly, you two. You know the answer for me. Lucas, does Aguerd or Mavropanos start for you on Sunday?
Are you asking me my preference or what I think will happen?
No, your preference.
Mate, it's tough, because I thought Mavropanos today was arguably man of the match. He was so good. We talked about it a little bit before we started. I thought he was sublime and almost perfect tonight. I didn't see a thing he done wrong today, in my opinion. I thought his passing was very good. I thought his first touch was
excellent. Really
passing was very good. His first touch is very good. He done a few little tricky things I didn't expect from him, and he's very good in the air. Very, very good in the air. He leaps. For someone that tall, he jumps very, very high. And
I'll agree on that comment.
For me, I'm a big form guy. So if Mavropanos has a really good match, I would give him a chance on Sunday, but I don't think that happens. I think Aguerd's going to get one more shot against Liverpool, but my preference, and again, just to reiterate, I didn't think Aguerd was terrible against City. I thought he just had one bad moment, which was the goal. But gun to my head, I think Aguerd plays, but after what I've seen, like I said, I'm a form guy. I would like to see Mavropanos again. But I think Aguerd starts on Sunday.
I think with Aguerd, I think people need to stop knocking him and all. I think they're easy just to knock these people. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not being funny. The geezer's just had a tragedy in freaking Morocco, yeah. So his probably head's not in the right space. So maybe it is time for Mavropanos to come in. But fucking lay off him and all. Do you know what I mean? Because he's a decent player, and people are too easy just to keep digging into him and chucking these players out when they don't do it in 1 or 2 games. Do you know what I'm saying?
So
that's
what's your answer?
Aguerd all day. Pace. He can get back. He can defend. Balls ain't going to be coming into the box from aerially because Liverpool play with like players along the ground, so it suits Aguerd.
It's not even Aguerd's problem. Aguerd's problem ain't even aerially so much. It's more so his lack of concentration. The fact he switches off a lot in the box, and
but
he
they all
can't
do
do
though,
his
Mitch.
basics. No, they don't.
Mitch,
Zuma doesn't.
Fucking Zuma's switched off many a times. And Kafal switched off many a times.
When was the last
right?
time Zuma switched off in his own box?
Do you know what I mean? Well, I ain't got a fucking telly chart right now.
Aguerd's been doing it every week this season.
I just don't think I don't think you change him. Right,
Don't
do you know what I mean?
game.
I just don't think you change him. Do you know what I mean? I think if you change him, like you kill his confidence stone dead. Let's be real. You take him out of the team now, then what's the point? Then you've got a dead player there who's just like his confidence is like shot to shit. Do you know what I'm saying? I know you want to win. I want to win. But Aguerd at the minute knows the partnership with Zuma. If you chuck Mavropanos in there, they've never even played together. And you're prepared just to chuck him in there and go, you know what? Fucking let's hope and pray. Now, if you play 3 at the back, if you play 3 at the back, I'd have all 3 of them at the back because you've got pace either side of Zuma. Now, I will agree with you, but not Aguerd's got to play at the end of the day. He's had a lot of shit over the last sort of 2 weeks, yeah, and he hasn't been good. I agree with you on that. But fucking, let's not just chuck him to the fucking wall straight away, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's what it seems like it is.
I'm just putting Mavropanos in. After a good game Mavropanos has had, and after poor games, I think it's only fair Mavropanos gets a chance.
Mavropanos can't go in there with Zuma, who's never played with in his life. Never.
Why not?
Because you got 2 people who don't know each other's games, so don't know where to stand, what positions they're going to be.
Point.
Do you know what I'm saying? And you're prepared to chuck him in there at Liverpool away. Sheffield United at home, I might agree with you. Not Liverpool away, bruv. Not a chance. You go Liverpool away, we're going to get fucking slapped if we do that.
That's a decent shout, in my opinion.
I understand that. I can't disagree with you on that point. I just, but I would argue, Aguerd doesn't seem to know Zuma's positioning. They haven't got a good balance. I mean, Aguerd's been doing basic defensive errors for the last few weeks, so you can't say Aguerd's been making loads of, hasn't been making errors because he has as well. So. I understand it. I can't say I disagree with you for saying you want to start Aguerd against Liverpool, but for me, I just think Mavropanos deserves it, and that's the reason why I'd start Mavropanos.
That's why it's tricky for me because, like I said, I'm a huge form guy. Like, I don't want anyone playing just because of basically like a status.
Very similar players, actually. You know.
No,
they
Mav's
are
better in the air. No, Mav's better in the air, mate.
Mav's better in the air, yeah.
Well, 100%. Yeah, but besides that, they're very similar.
Oh, besides that, they're similar. Well, hey, because one's good in the air, one's fucking shit in the air, Lucas.
Yeah, but in terms of technical ability on the ball, good at passing, driving runs, I think they've got a similar way of carrying the ball.
I think you need to hold fire on Mav at the minute. Yeah, I think he's a good player. I think he's done very well tonight. Right, we need to get him in a Premier League game to really get the assessment of him. Do you know what I'm saying? And let's be honest, really. What did that team really do other than score a goal that it was our own fault? Do you know what I'm saying? It was our own making, wasn't it? Let's be real.
But it was more of him looking comfortable. He looked very comfortable. He looked athletic.
Yeah, I know.
And he put his body on the line.
The thing for me, I think that set it over the top for me. I just thought his first touch as well was magnificent, and some of the passes he was playing first time and forward were just very good. So I think without further ado, actually, you know what, real quick, before we get into the player ratings, if you guys had to rank or score this match that we witnessed out of 10, what would you give it? I'll go first.
I like it, Lucas.
I'd give this, performance-wise, not like viewing. Performance-wise, I think I'd give us a 7. I thought we had a good first half. Again, I might be in the minority with that. had a very bad spell to start the second
Right.
half, and then I thought we ended it strong. So I'm going 7.
I'll go 6. I thought first half, I thought we huffed and puffed. We had shots, but the keeper wasn't really making any saves. They was hitting the defenders and everything. I think second half we can see a stupid goal of our own doing, yeah. And then the player turns up, puts a decent ball in, we score, and then we sort of kick into gear. Like we only kicked into gear in the last 20 minutes. Let's be real, and all of them did. I think they knew the embarrassment of losing that game. Like we was going to get some shit if we lost that game. Yeah. And in the end, we won comfortable, but it wasn't comfortable. So I'll give it a high 6, just not 7 for me. West Ham should be rolling his team. And come the 60th minute mark, we should have been easy, but we wasn't. It was the other way around. 6.
What are you going to give it, Mitch?
I'm going to give it a 6. I agree.
We're not too far off. So let's start off with the player range, shall we? If Alfie joins during this, we will get his input. But if he's not here in time, it is out on him. But it is probably mayhem getting back to some extent. Is it still raining? Still pissing?
Absolute pissing down here, mate. I mean,
all right, let's start off first with Lucas Fabianski in goal. Fever, you go first.
Couldn't do anything for the goal. I would say that 1-on-1. I thought he was all right, so I make mine short and sweet. I'll probably give him. I'll give him a 7. He's unlucky. He's unlucky with a goal because it ain't his fault. Maybe he should have saved it, but you know what? He was left stranded, wasn't he? So
I'll go
7.
I'll go next. I'm gonna give him a standard 6. Not a lot to do today. Really, the only action, in my opinion, he saw was the plethora of corners that we defended towards the end of the first half. Which I'll be honest, in the first half, that's the only thing that scared me was that last 2 minutes and the goal that we conceded, which was completely Ogbonna's fault. Yeah, standard 6 for me. Not a lot to do today. Mitch.
6. Done nothing really. I think the top keepers would argue Fabianski could have done better for the goal. He didn't really position himself in a great position. I think he could have closed him down quicker as well. But besides from that, done nothing really.
For me, and again, this isn't a criticism towards Fabianski at all, but in my opinion, I think the really good goalkeepers, they go into like fight or flight mode. Like they either wait and see, or they just go out and close the striker down and make them make a move. And Fabianski really doesn't do that a lot. But again, not a criticism, just my opinion. We'll move on to right back, Thilo Kehrer. Mitch, you go first.
Really wanted him to have a good game today because I've not been impressed with Sufa recently. However, he didn't impress me.
Wasn't good.
High 5.
Yeah. I'll go next. Thilo Kehrer, I thought first half, I didn't think he was terrible. I just wasn't impressed, and I really didn't think he was to standard. And in second half, really not much changed. I do agree with you, though, in the beginning of our chat. I think he grew into it a little bit, but just not enough for me to say he had a solid performance. So I'm going to agree. I'll probably give him a high 5 for his efforts. And it's a bit discouraging because I do like Thilo Kehrer. And again, his best position is up in limbo once again. Is he a center half? Is he a right back? Can he only play in a back 3? I just do not know with him right now. So Fever, what are you saying?
Give him a 6. Got booked as he usually does. I think it's the easiest bet tonight to have. Get him to get booked, especially with that referee. Do you know what? It's an hard one with Thilo because I agree with Mitch. I want him to do well, but it just seems like he just ain't there. If I'm being honest, he ain't there. And we have got a major concern on the left back and right back positions because they just don't get up and down the pitch enough. And it's only Emerson who really does it. He's the only one out of all of them. So yeah, I'll give him a 6.
I'll tell you what, Thilo Kehrer, credit to him. He did have a 90% pass accuracy today, but it just felt like none of those passes were really influential.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No overlapping passes. It was very, short passing, nothing.
And it's weird because I think he plays the ball on the ground better than Sufal, but I think Sufal does everything else so much better. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. I agree on that.
Sufal is a lot more of a loose cannon, though.
If
You'll know that.
I agree with you, and if he didn't hoof the ball so much up the pitch, I think it'd be a lot better for his reputation from some of the fans.
Mate, 100%.
Let's move on
My grandmother
to
had wheels that should have been back.
Dino Mavropanos. I'm gonna start off because this man really impressed me tonight.
I knew you would. I knew you would. Go on.
I have to get my word in first. So
yes.
Yeah, I was very impressed with him tonight. In my opinion, I really didn't think he did one thing wrong tonight. I thought his passing was very impressive. I thought aerially he was very, very good. He didn't score, but he got his head on a lot of crosses, not crosses, but corners. And his first touch, I was very impressed with as well. I just thought he looked so comfortable. I know the opponent was inferior, but for a debut, I thought he done as well as you could. And just a few stats to go through with people. 3 out of 3 in his ground duels won, 2 interceptions, 7 recoveries. I don't know how he didn't get in a tackle today, but I don't know how those stats usually are. But this is where it excites me. 83% pass accuracy in his long balls, 10 for 12. 2 out of 2 successful dribbles. He had 108 touches, which is kind of crazy. And 92% pass accuracy, 86 for 93. And he played a variety of passes tonight. He played about 2 or 3 really nice switch balls, a lot of progressive passes, and a lot of those had some heat behind them. The first touch as well. So this is a bit of a tricky one for me because we did concede, but it was to the fault of someone else, not really the team, in my opinion. I'm going to give Mavropanos a... Mate, you know, I don't even care. I'm giving him an 8. I thought he was unreal. I thought he was so good. I'm giving him an 8. Who wants to take it next?
I'll go. I'll go on. Go on then, Mitch. Go on.
Go on, James. I love you, mate. Go on. You got it.
Go on. Go on. Well, all right. All right. 7. He's not an 8. I mean, he was good. He was good, but he was up against mediocre opposition. And let's be honest, the only goal they scored is through our error. Other than that,
it's not. Stop saying our error. It's Ogbonna's error. It's his.
Well, it's Ogbonna's error, but he's part of our team. So, listen, I thought he was a decent player. Is he ready for the Premier League? I don't know. I need to see him in a game where I think it's against a lesser opposition in the Premier League, but he's good. He's £18 million. And anyone who wants the tier list, people, I'll say it once, I'll say it twice. He is fantastic business for £18 million.
You've just said about 10 seconds ago, it remains to be seen if he's good enough for the Prem.
But he's fantastic
business.
He's fantastic business for
How do you know
million.
yet? How do you know?
I know, Mitch. I'm clairvoyant.
Gotcha there.
Your go, Mitch.
Mavropanos, I'm giving just an 8. I thought it was a near perfect performance, really, for debut. Again, no like big tackles, you know, in big moments, but his quality I thought really shined through, and that gives me a lot of promise for him. A couple little, you know, misjudgments and errors, but besides from that, I thought he was very good in reading the game. Passing was excellent, control on the ball, and made a few interceptions, which I thought was really tidy. Wait, how many tackles did he make, Lucas?
The app says 0. Which I find hard to believe
because I know there was one. Because remember when he like waited for 2
he had a great sliding tackle, yeah. So I don't know about that.
Source.
One thing I also wanted to say that I was impressed with that I forgot. His passing from the back when we win possession as well, his short passes to get the ball to the midfielder and to drive forward, I thought was very good. And normally I wouldn't say that against an opponent like we played tonight, but in football, you either, in my opinion, you can either do that or you can't, no matter who you're playing against. So like Souček has proven, and again, I love Souček. Souček has proven against great teams and poor teams that he's not a great one-touch short passer. You know what I mean? But Mavropanos from the back when we won it back and plays it a little bit forward to our midfielders to build up. I thought he was fantastic. So we will move on to Angelo Ogbonna. Uncle Ange. Oh, I love Angelo, but my word, his moment that he had today was absolutely shocking. And it's kind of again, it's a little bit comparable to Aguero against City. Not as bad, but I thought Ogbonna was okay today. Just a horrendous moment. Absolutely dreadful. I don't know what that was. But I'm going to let Mitch go first. Uncle Ange, what are we saying?
I'll give 5. I thought it was a very average game. His passing, he kept it very simple. Didn't really
He's
make
losing that
many,
first touch a little bit too.
Yeah, he just yeah, it wasn't kind of sharp, wasn't in control, didn't seem too confident. 5, yeah, just a 5, just a 5.
Fever, what are you saying?
I'm giving him a 4, mate. Big time. Yeah,
Big
and
time.
people might think I'm being harsh, yeah, but he could have cost us the game tonight. That is no joke, right? Listen, we're in control of a game, really, yeah, and we're just waiting to score, sort of thing, yeah. Then he goes and does that, and it ain't like, look how much time he had. It ain't like he had no time. He had loads of time, and he turned all over the place. He was doing like magic roundabout or something, like just spinning around. Like,
tell you what, the pace is gone for sure,
mate. Pace is gone, mate. Trust me, 100%. And then he just allows the geese to run through, score, and then we're all like smashing up like phones and tablets and shit. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't say he allowed it. He just doesn't. He can't prevent it anymore.
Listen, right. Angelo Bonner's been a great servant to West Ham, but as I've always said, all good things do come to an end. I think this is Oggy's last time at West Ham. I think putting him in a game tonight, I expect him just to be comfortable tonight, and he's just made an absolute howler. Now, I ain't going to sort of ruin him because he has been all right in other games. He was good against Brighton, but for me, that was terrible tonight, so I'm going to give him a 4.
For me, like I said, I thought it was very reminiscent of a Garrett against City. I thought he was okay tonight, but a absolute horrific moment will highlight his performance today. But when you look at the numbers, he was okay. He was decent today. 95% pass accuracy, 1 successful dribble. He didn't get what's this other one?
One successful dribble.
Yeah.
What?
He won.
Did
He
got
won.
Some step overs or
See, this is where like the app, like some of these apps are so funny, right? So they said 1 out of 1 in his tackles, 2 out of 2 in his ground duels. But the goal he gave up, how's that not considered a ground duel? He got
That's a really good point. Yeah.
So
that's why you got to really take such a pinch of salt sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's what I always reiterate when I'm talking about like FOP mob and who scored. Like,
yeah,
it's ridiculous. But for me, Ogbonna gets just a 5. I thought first half he was up to standard. Second half, terrible moment, and then I thought he was okay the rest of the way out. But yeah, I think a 5, even 4. It's not too bad. But we will move on to the left back in Aaron Cresswell. This one should be short. This one should be short and sweet. I'm going to go first. Aaron Cresswell. I'm not going to give him as a low of a rating as probably you think I will. I'm going to give him by the skin of his teeth a 5. Just uninspiring, slow.
Yeah.
There was a moment in the match where he did not track back to defend the goal, and they
but Emerson's
scored.
Lazy. Emerson's the lazy one.
Special shout out to Alfie. Yeah, he just
wanker.
He doesn't have it anymore. Him and Ben Rama on the left together. I definitely did not miss that pairing at all. Cresswell, he's just finished, and I almost forgot that he could have possibly been captain tonight. And if he was captain tonight, I would have been livid. And I can't wait to see him out the door after what we had to go through this summer. So thanks for your service, Aaron. You practically messed a lot of things up this summer on your way out and wanted to leave. But just a 5 for me. And that might be kind. Mitch, you go next.
Yeah, for me, Cresswell's the worst player tonight. I was thinking about it, but Ogbonna kept the ball better than Cresswell. Cresswell gave the ball away quite a few times, actually. Loose passes and extremely slow to track back and even track back on some occasions. So I think it's our worst player tonight. even though Bonner had a howler, I will rate him lower than a Bonner because bit of a disgraceful performance in my eyes. You can argue about his match fitness.
Just uninspiring. He's been uninspiring the
Yeah.
last 2 seasons. Like, how can you put in an inspiring performance or give your teammates any sort of hope when you can't even move up the pitch? He needs a wheelchair to get up the pitch.
I personally think David Moyes could have signed any backup left back, almost any backup left back would have done a better job than Cresswell for this whole season. And I think that could, obviously, depending on if Emerson gets injured or not, could really affect us. And even if
100%.
he's got a very average left back in, maybe on loan.
Don't worry, we got Ben. We got Ben.
We should have done that. We really should have done
that.
Ben, Ben starts. It's like Battle of the Bastards. Both of them two should shit.
Battle of the Bastards. What are you rating him, Mitch? So I can go.
4.
Right, my turn. When people used to say about Cresswell is a better player than Emerson, I used to laugh. Me and Mitch used to laugh quite a lot about
We did.
that.
Together. We did.
Yeah.
At Alfie.
And Alfie is one who used to talk that shite to me all the fucking time. Now, I'm going to say this, yeah? Cresswell's been a good player for West Ham over the years, yeah? But the sentimental value of West Ham and these players who are sentimental to West Ham, so to speak, he should have been gone in the summer. He should have been gone. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not good enough. He doesn't get up the pitch. And you look at Emerson, when he comes on, he carries the ball. He gets up the pitch.
And back.
Yeah. And we've got a player who, because people used to rate him for putting in a good cross, that's why he used to get on the fucking pitch for West Ham United Football Club, which to me is not good enough. 4 out of 10. We've got a problem, and I do agree with Mitch on this, and I don't agree with Mitch on a lot, is that if Emerson gets suspended or injured, we are fucked on that left-hand side. 100%.
Mate, and I
think we'd have to play.
I don't want to see Cresswell in another European match again, and that is a lot. That
please don't say, Mitch, please don't say you're going to put Corner at left back or some shit.
I'd
rather see Corner at left back. I
was going to say play 3 at the back and then play Corner left wing back.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Well, yeah. Whatever. Let's move on from Cresswell. He's destroyed my life over the last few years. You know what I mean?
He is emotional damage to me after this summer.
100%.
He could have walked away into the sunset with West Ham United. You know, just not a great year and a half, 2 years, and he goes. But after that stunt he pulled, this summer, he has just damaged his reputation or I won't say damaged his reputation, but a real bad sour taste in the mouth on his way out. But we move on to Pablo Fornals. This one will be interesting because I think I'll be in the minority on this one, but I will go last. Let's start with Mr. Fever.
I thought he was okay. Right? His passing was inconsistent, but I thought he was okay. The one thing I did see, and I did notice it, and I even tweeted about it, is he looked really, really, really pissed off with Moyes. Big time. Like as if to say, right, yeah, again, it was like the same thing that happened with Ben Rama.
He looked pissed off with Tilo Kehrer as well.
Yeah, he looked, but I'm actually being honest here, yeah. When I see him, he just looked so angry. It was like he not threw his hands up in the air, but he looked like, well, why me? Like why are you taking me off? And I don't blame him to a point.
Yeah.
Because Danny Ings was fucking horrendous. Let's be real. So I'm going to give him. I'll give him a 5, high 5 for me.
I'm going to go next. So looking at the stats, I thought Pablo Fornals was in the first half. I thought he was very involved in the match. In my opinion, I thought his passing was very good. The percentage number will say otherwise. 83%, but he only misplaced 6 passes. 30 for 36. I thought his passing was very good. He did create a chance. I actually thought him and Kudus linked up all right when we were in the opponent's half. But besides that, I didn't think he really got a lot of opportunity on the ball. And again, like you said, he did look a bit peeved tonight. And honestly, him coming off instead of Danny Ings is a bit of a disgrace. I don't really know where Moyes' head was at with that one. I think he was maybe trying in the moment. I was like, you know what? Maybe he's playing 2 up top. Antonio coming on, him and Danny Ings. No, was I absolutely wrong? We saw Danny Ings in the hole, number 10, and I thought that was absolutely dreadful.
Danny Ings in the fucking hole, mate. Fuck me, that's a new one, isn't it?
Danny's
Fuck me.
in the hole.
Yeah, fucking, he's gonna put me in the fucking hole if he carry on sending him in the fucking hole every fucking 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give Fornals by the skin of his teeth a 6,
Yeah.
and I'm only giving him a 6 because of how long he played.
Yeah,
I thought he was decent, but Mitch, you go. I don't disagree with a 5 though. I don't think that's
5. Just standard 5. I was thinking high 5, but I think a 5 is just a below average, not good enough game, and that for me describes Fornals' performance perfect.
pretty much
down to a T. So yeah, I'm gonna get that 5.
You know what? I don't hate it. You're an honest man. Gotta respect it. Let's move on to Lucas Paqueta. Not Paqueta. It's Paqueta. Let's talk about the man. Mitch, you go first, as you are losing all self-control over there when you hear his name.
I got a massive fucking bulge on my core right now. Because Paqueta is that man, and I gotta say, I love him.
He was fantastic tonight, and I tweeted during the match, just like, there's some players that make the game look so incredibly easy, so easy, and some of the moves and some of the stuff he does is just like, wow.
Yeah.
And you can say that. I don't care who he's playing. I don't care who we were playing tonight. He does that every week. So, like, I can say that confidently. Like, he really, like Sufal said, it really does look like he's playing on Copacabana every week. But Mitch, go on. Sorry.
He gave the ball away a few times, which is my only problem with him tonight. But because he was involved in almost literally everything tonight,
very influential.
And a lot of players were miscontrolling the ball, etc. Because it was absolutely pissing it down. I thought it was, a level above the rest of the players on the pitch. For me, you can see the level.
He's in my man of the match discussion for sure.
He is just my man of the match. I'm giving him a low 8.
No 8 for you.
For me, I'll make it short and sweet. Just the man is so influential. Like I said, I don't care who he's playing. And
the amount of tackles he made as well was incredible.
Yeah, he's just, again, mate. I don't think we're ever going to see. We're not going to see another player at this club, in my opinion, that works as hard as he does. Not even in defense, but getting the ball back when he loses it, and just the amount of flair and skill, natural born talent the man has. He was 2 for 2 in his tackles tonight. By the way,
what are you rating him, Lucas?
I'm also going to give him an 8. I'm going to leave my man of the match till we're done our player ratings.
Yeah.
Because I'm still thinking about it. It's between 3 people. It'll be clear. But I'm going to give him an 8. Just incredibly influential. Makes the game look easy. He is magnifico.
Is it me now?
Yep.
Listen, I said it before, and I'll say it again. We've got a top-class player in our hands. And when he plays and he's on it, he's our best player by a long way. People say Bowen's our best player. Lucas Paqueta is our best player. And I will have that debate with anyone. Do you know what I mean?
It's a good debate.
He's an influence. He influences the games. He put a lovely pass into Antonio, and people say about Antonio and knock Antonio, and I knock Antonio. But when you lay a pass off to Antonio and he miscontrols it, and Paqueta looks at him and literally loses his nut, then that is a concern.
Dorman came out then.
Brentwood Dorman's back in the house, Mitch.
And real quick, here's a stat for Mitch, because he was looking for one. 19 passes into the final third tonight.
19. No, he's class. The geezer's class. The only fear I have is, will he be in next season? Because the way he's carrying on, I don't think he will be. But he's top draw. I'll give him an 8. Superb.
The grade 8. And before we go on, 164 people watching the video right now and in the chat, please, if you could smash a like on the video, it would be absolutely fantastic. We're trying to get to 100 likes every single video, every single stream. Smash it and make sure you hit the subscribe button while you're at it. We move on to, because I'm going to go first again. I can't help it.
Unreal.
The next eight that I'm going to give, James Ward-Prowse. The man leaves me speechless every time I watch him play.
You have a love affair with this geezer, mate. Honestly,
mate, him and Mavropanos are about to be.
Do you know what? Do you know what?
You
right?
need a top with his name on the back this season.
Listen, right? When someone wants to gloat, you've only got to look at him over there. Do you know what I mean?
I don't, but you got to give me credit. I don't do it often, but this guy, this is one of my favorites this is one of my favorite opinions I've ever been right about, and very passionately.
And
Lucas, and we talked in PS Party chats many times, and we agreed, didn't we?
Yes, we did. And it's not Fever, but like,
we talked about how deluded
no,
Fever was.
It's not. It's everyone. You know how much you know how much I'm on Twitter. I see a bunch of stuff, but James Ward-Prowse, I mean, I'm lost for words with this guy. He does so many great things, and he does more than what people expected. He does the amount that I did expect from him, and he's the best dead ball specialist in the world. I do not care. He's just unreal, and he plays the game in such a influential way for us as well. 94% pass accuracy today, 60 out of 64 passes completed.
That's good.
If that's including set pieces as well,
half of his cross, 50% on his cross as well. He put in 14, 7 of them. I think that's a good rate. Long ball accuracy, 9 out of 10, 90%.
I've got to be honest. You know, I'll say it's quite
9 ball deliveries as well.
Right, 94% pass accuracy. That's some fucking.
And that is no Flynn Downs at Swansea, 94%.
The difference in this season, I said it at a time. Ward-Prowse is kind of Souček's replacement in terms of the like positions, and just the fact we're keeping the ball better in transition and in possession now. You're noticing it. You're noticing it now.
Now, what it is,
and
also,
now that Souček is kind of, you know, almost out the door. He's almost out the door.
Souček right now is literally just dependent on form, because I think most people would agree. I know Mitch won't, but I think Souček's been pretty good to start the season, and really that's the only thing.
I think
that's the only thing he can hang on right now. Once he has a stinker, he has to get out.
Yeah, but the only thing I will say about James Ward-Prowse, and obviously I'll get your rate in a minute, is that he's consistent. One thing he is he's consistent, right? We've got a player who's consistently playing decent all the time. I haven't seen him.
Anyone who rated Souček could never say that, could they? Ever.
Not really. I couldn't. Yeah, and if even the hardened Souček fan, right, could turn around and say he isn't consistent. The one thing with JWP is he's very consistent. Do you know what I'm saying? Every time he plays, he always influences the game. So, yeah, I think he's superb, mate.
7 chances created as well.
Well, what are you rating him?
I'm giving him an 8.
I'll give him a high 7. I think Paqueta was just top class, mate. So it's out of the 2. I'll give him a high 7. Mitch, what are you rating him?
High 7.
High 7.
Tough crowd tonight. Tough crowd.
Move on. Let's move on.
We will go to, we'll get this man up because he deserves some applaudance today for that second half. Where is he? I might have to put him in. I'm typing him in as we speak. Mr. Said Benrahma Fever. Kick it off. Take as much time as you need, mate.
No time needed. Stop knocking him.
That's a lot.
Yep. Right, stop knocking him. It wasn't vintage. It wasn't great, but in the end, he helped us. He influenced the game, and that's what happened. Basically, we were shit all the way up until that first goal. Once we got the first goal, he kicked into gear. He was decent. The team was decent, and then in the end, we won the game. I'm going to give him just a 7 for the assist. I thought he was bang average up until then, but people need to lay off him a little bit. It just seems like when West Ham ain't doing it, Benrahma's the first one on the hit list, and it shouldn't be like that. Do you know what I mean? He gets a good assist, and at the end of the day, if he doesn't get the assist, was West Ham going to score? Maybe, maybe not. So I'll give him just a 7 for me.
He started things off, and I hate to bring it back to Ward-Prowse, but I just wanted to mention something I forgot. I think that's 5 assists now in however many matches he's played. But
yes, Lucas, we will buy you a shirt. We will buy you a shirt with JWP on the back.
They better have the Europa League badge on as well.
7 for Benrahma for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna keep mine short and sweet. I'm gonna give Benrahma I'm gonna give him a solid 7. I thought he came back in the second half very strong, and like I said, first half I didn't think he was bad. I thought he was solid personally, and I just did not. I thought Cresswell was ruining Ben Rama a bit in that match. That's just my opinion. But a solid first half, and then I thought he built on it in the second, and lovely cross in to Kudus, which it should be an assist. I don't know if it was an own goal. I haven't watched it back, but they're claiming it's an own goal. But I'm going to give Ben Rama a solid 7. Mitch, what are you saying?
It's a 6 for me. Yeah, I think first half he just wasn't good enough. You can argue whether Cresswell was the culprit in his poor first half, if you want to say it's a poor first half. But nonetheless, he had a poor first half. So
emotional damage.
Solid 6. Solid 6.
There was one bit of play that I absolutely loved, and I had to tweet about as well. That little 1-2 mania that him and Danny Ings had towards the edge of the box. They played like 2 1-2s to each other. It was absolutely fantastic. But
Danny Ings.
7 for Fever, and I'm going with a solid 7 for Ben Rama. We move on. You know what? Let's get this guy out of the way. Danny Ings. I think this will be fun. I think on 3, and the chat as well. On 3, we all say our ratings at the same time because I have a feeling they'll all be in the same ballpark.
Yeah, go on.
I'm going to do the countdown. So 3, 2, 1, 4,
5.
4.
No, God, please, no, no, no.
Fucking shit, mate. This geezer is fucking shit. I am not even going to lie, mate. He's the most frustrating, shite, cheap signing we've ever signed in our lives, and I've had to watch my Eager at our club. Shit, mate. Shit. Fucking. I'm not being funny. I feel sorry for Mbamba on the bench. I really do.
Yeah, I wanted to make a prediction.
There's 1B in it, James. There's 1B.
Fucking hell, mate. I don't want to be fucking Danny Ings.
He's been listening to too much Mo Bamba.
I'm on Bamba, yeah. Fucking
yes.
185 people in the chat. Please,
mate.
Make sure you smash a like on the video.
Emotional damage.
I'm emotional damage watching that prick every single time for West Ham.
I have never seen, and this isn't like a personal attack on Danny Ings because I still think like in the correct system, he's an okay player. But at West Ham, I don't think I've ever seen a player come to this club.
He's got championship written all over him.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I don't think I've ever seen someone at this club that just does not fit our mold or what we do more poorly than
but right. I've got to say
this.
This.
To fit any mold in the Prem.
Yeah, I've got to say this.
He's a good Everton.
I have. But you got the young lad, Mbama, what his fucking name is. Mbama. Right, that's his name. Yeah?
No.
Fuck it. Yeah, I mean, well, we got him on the bench, right? Why is he not playing?
I agree.
Like, I'm not being funny. What has he got to do? If he can't get in front of Danny Ings, he should have went out on loan.
Danny Ings did have a 92% pass accuracy today, but kudos to him, but still just not good enough. So I said 4, Fever. What did you say?
I'll give him a 4, mate, for putting his shirt on.
You said 5?
Shoes,
5 for me.
All right, we move on to the second star debutante.
Prime Mark's bouncer. Fuck me, we've got more bouncers than anything, mate.
I say Primark, I believe.
Yeah, Prime. Yeah.
We move on to the second debutante of tonight. Yeah. Next to Mavropanos, we go to Mohamed Kudus. We'll let Fever.
This will be interesting.
We'll let Fever start off because I think he had a strong opinion on this today.
I most certainly did. I'll give you 2 ratings.
Oh.
Right? I'll give you 2 ratings.
Oh, damn.
Up until the goal, he was bang average. Bang average. Let's be real. Like, he runs at people and he was doing nothing. The moment he scored, he gained confidence and he just turned into the Kudus that was just like the one that we assigned. Do you know what I'm saying? He miscontrolled the ball a few times. Every time, I think he run at someone once. And that was on the 60th minute mark. And I was like, fucking run at these people, bruv. Like, just run at them. You're standing back. But yeah, I'm going to give him for his sort of. If I was giving him a rating before the goal, I'd give him probably a 4 or 5, something like that. I thought he was poor, mate. I'm not even going to lie. And I agree with what Brian says there. Like, absolute spot on from Brian, yeah? Could have 7, mixed bag, average first half, much better after the goal. Totally agree with him. So, on that
I think
note,
it was worse after the goal. I think it was terrible after the goal.
no, once we scored, he looked a completely different player. Completely different player. Like, even the second, like the header he scores.
I
is a good
thought
header.
first half he was better.
Nah, I agree with Brian on that. So, for Brian and for me, it's a 7.
It was a 9 for me.
So you're going with 7.
That's one of the worst ratings I've ever seen.
Mitch, you go for it. You go for it.
Sorry, I've just seen someone say Goodness was a 9.
Love it.
Well, I'm waiting for your rating, Mitch.
Hell. I must be
Go on.
travelling. Kudus, I'd give a 6. High 6 because I actually thought the header was a very good header. But besides from that, little to no impact in the final third. That's his job, and he, no dangerous balls. He was really struggling to beat his man. He was struggling to control the ball. It looked like at times. It was some good signs, but just that quality wasn't really there tonight. But it was determined. It was very direct, which I did like. But hopefully it will improve next game.
I think so. For me, I'll make it short. I'm going to give him a 7 because he did score. He had the same pass accuracy as Fornals with the same numbers as well. 30 out of 36 passes completed. Created 2 chances. I'll tell you what, his defensive numbers were very good. 2 out of 3 tackles, 1. 10 out of 17 ground duels.
His work rate was excellent.
Work rate very good.
The only thing with that, I just want to say this, the only thing, right, I want to say is the only thing with him being so defensive, I don't want him to go into the mould of Said Benrahma. That's the one fear I do have with this geezer, that he's more concentrating on being defensive rather than attacking. I want to see him up the pitch, getting the ball, turning it and running. Like, listen, I will go back to Benrahma, but when Benrahma arrived, he used to run at people and try and take people on and do stuff. And I don't want him to be another sort of Benrahma reboot where he's stopping from doing his natural for the team. If that makes sense.
For me, the one thing I obviously we need to see more of Kudus in the Premier League, in Europa League, but I have a little bit of a suspicion he might not be the winger that people think he is or thinks he is. I think he's more suited centrally and is a 10 and I don't think he's an 8, but say if he replaced Souček in the lineup and he played alongside Prowse, Alvarez, Paqueta, I think he's just more suited in the central role, and I don't know if he's going to meet the expectations of what some people set on him as a winger. I just don't know. I need to see more of him, but that's just my initial thoughts. But I love his work rate. He scored tonight. I thought he put in a few good attempts that got blocked, but I like the look of him, so I'm going to give him a 7. And that. So okay, Emerson came on at halftime. We'll go Emerson. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. We'll do the subs. Let's go with where is he? Mr. Emerson. He came on at halftime for an injured Cresswell. He just looks so much better than Cresswell. I didn't think he was amazing tonight, but like he's just night and day with Cresswell. So I'm gonna give him a strong 6. Strong 6.
I agree. I make mine short and sweet. He's a major difference to West Ham on that left hand side. If I said this in a tweet the other day, funny enough, if we have an Emerson on the right hand side who can get up and down the pitch, I think we've got a really, really good back line. Really have. Like some people who can carry the ball from defensive positions. I think with West Ham at the minute, it is unbalanced to a point. On the one hand, you've got Emerson who can carry the ball up the pitch. On the other hand, you've got the right hand side where none of them can. So I thought he was good. I thought he was good tonight. I'll give him a high 6. Agree with you.
What are you saying, Mitch?
I'm saying high 6. Good.
All right. I like it. So, Michael Antonio, this one should be quick. We're going to fire these off. I'm going to give him it's it's hard to ignore when he did come on. Things changed. He wasn't great, but he made an impact to the match in a positive way. We ended up winning 3-1, but I didn't think he was fantastic. But like I said, I think that's something to behold a little bit. But for Mikhail, I'm gonna give him a high five. I thought he tried. Just some of the stuff he done, it just didn't come off his first touch. Not the greatest today, but a high five.
I'll give him a 5. I think he should have scored. I really do. I think the passing from Paqueta, and Paqueta was angry with him big time. And for me, I make Paqueta right. The ball, Paqueta does the work, lays it off to Antonio. Antonio's got to read it first time, and he takes a touch, and you know, it just wasn't on it. So yeah, he come on. I'll give him a standard 5.
What'd you give him, Lucas?
I gave him a high 5.
I don't think you can give him any more than a 5. I think a 6 is very. For a sub, that should very generous. For he didn't have an average game. A 6 is average for a substitute to come on and miss a big chance, and then his passing was horrific as well. I remember when the corner was thrown on the left side, he just absolutely levered the ball.
Yeah, he only completed half his passes.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I was thinking, what are you doing?
So what are you saying?
I'd say low 5, just a 5. I was thinking 4.
Yeah.
All right. We move on to Thomas Souček. He only played for about 13, 14, 15 minutes, whatever it was. Come on, scored a goal, but his first I think he had a touch today that was really bad. But he scored a goal. I'm gonna give him a he scored a goal, so I'm gonna give him a strong 6, but he wasn't on the pitch long enough to make it a 7. So I think he deserves a strong 6 for the goal. Good finish, by the way.
Yeah, good header.
Good header.
Good. Yeah.
Strong 6 for me.
I'll give him a 6 for the goal. I agree. Maybe Souček coming on late in the day might benefit us long term. I think him starting games, I think teams can work around him. But if you've got Paqueta, Alvarez, JWP as a 3-man midfield, and you bring Souček on for the last 20 minutes, it's a lovely option to have. Let's put it like that for 20. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll give him a 6.
Mitch, what are you saying?
High 6.
Good man.
Yeah,
we move on.
Good finish. I got to say, I'm very worried. I'm concerned if we lose. I think if we do lose Paqueta or Ward-Prowse, I think it could really unbalance the midfield that we've got this season.
I agree.
I think Ward-Prowse is more of a loss than anyone at the minute. For what he brings to
because
the replacement for Paqueta or Ward-Prowse would be Fornals, and I just don't think Fornals has got the passing consistency and quality as
like we said earlier. Lucas Paqueta is the better player than James Ward-Prowse, but the one thing James Ward-Prowse has over Lucas Paqueta is consistency. And when you have that level of consistency and you're reliable to play 90 minutes almost every game like that, it's a huge thing. So we move on.
He's more of a goal threat, much more of a goal threat as well.
Yeah, of course. We move on to the ref. Not a lot of bad things for me tonight from the ref. He is a booking king. From what I've seen, I put something in the chat last night. I forget how many cards he's handed out.
38 cards, I think it is, in 8 games or something.
Something like that. But not a lot of complaints from me tonight. I thought he was all right. But you know me, as I do my ref ratings, they're a lot different than everyone else's. I'm gonna give him a 4. But in reality, he was all right. But 4 is all right for me.
I'll give you a realistic one. I'll give him a high 6. I thought he was all right. I thought he let the game go. There was a few fouls that he sort of didn't book people where I obviously expect him to book people. Other than that, he's pretty good. Do you know what I mean?
I'd give him a high 7. Yeah, I was really happy with the ref tonight. I thought he let the flow go well, gave fouls where they were deserved, and and didn't fall for the diving. A lot of the players were diving, wanting fouls, and he did give them.
Yeah.
I respect it. Let's move on to the last rating of the night. 158 people on the video, in the chat. Please smash the like button. Really helps. And thank you all for joining us. You're contributions and your participation, much appreciated. David Moyes, I'm gonna keep mine short and sweet. I'm gonna go first. I thought I liked the lineup. I didn't want us to play that strong of a lineup, and I don't know if we should have or not. I mean, obviously in the end we were victorious, but again, it's second half, a very poor first 15-20 minutes, and then we turned it back up. And then again, like I said, first half I thought we were pretty solid, but I'm gonna give Moyes tonight. Oh, his subs were a bit weird too, so I'm gonna give Moyes I'm gonna give him a 6. I thought the lineup was good. I thought the first half was decent. That poor 20 minutes to start the second half.
Fuck me, I need a puff on me inhaler after that rating. Fuck me.
It's a 6. I mean,
no, he needs higher than that.
What?
Needs
higher.
He's fucking higher than that. Fucking right. He takes off Cresswell, right?
He
Brings
had
Emerson
to.
on.
He had to.
Yeah. He was changing it around, but what did Moyes really do wrong tonight? It was fucking a Bonner who fucked us up. He don't deserve a 6 tonight. Not at all.
I don't. But then again, I'm taking into the opponent that we were playing. Like, he really didn't have to, like, in my opinion, do much to prepare for this match. Even though there's probably not a lot of film out there all on them, so maybe a little credit to him. But I don't know. I didn't like the subs. I thought the subs were terrible. I'm not counting Emerson as a sub because he had to come on. Like, Cresswell was injured, so I didn't rate the subs. I'll give him a solid 6 at that.
mate. I've got to disagree. Right, I'm going to say this. I'm going to give him a sort of strong 7. Yeah. I know you're saying about 6. He brings Souček on. He scores a goal. He brings Antonio on when we need something up front. He was shit, but he still brings him on. And in the end, he's effective. Do you know what I mean? Emerson comes on. I don't think no one can sort of knock Moyes tonight, because what did Moyes do wrong, really? What did Moyes do wrong?
I would have rather seen Cornet or Mabama up top than Ings.
I agree with you on that, but he's not a 6 though, Mitch. Like, do you know what I mean? If you're going like, what are you going to give him that?
But a 6 isn't bad. A 6 is like,
nah. I'll give him a strong 7. Like, at the end of the day, like we go 1-0 down. He tries to change it. Like, I don't get why people are going to be light on him. Like, listen, what did Moyes really do? Like, when we went 1-0 down, he was making subs. He took 4-0s off. He was making
should
things
get a
happen.
5 for starting Danny.
maybe. But I
don't think 6 is a bad rating though.
But
so it did make a difference purely because Ings is so bad.
Yeah, I know, but listen, I'm going to be honest, yeah. But is that more on Danny Ings or David Moyes there? You've got to look at that.
David Moyes.
It's not David Moyes that Danny Ings plays shit, mate. I know he picks him, but it's still down to Danny Ings.
He picks him over and over again, and over and over again. Danny Ings is piss poor.
Yeah, the only thing I will agree with you on is the young lad should come on and play, but he doesn't. But other than that, I'll give him a solid 7 for me.
I want to see more Cornet.
I didn't think he was like really anything special from Moyes tonight. So
yeah, I agree.
6 for me, a solid 6. Mitch, what are you saying?
Yeah, 6. I completely agree with Lucas. I'm not going to debate it again because we've already talked about it. So 6 for me.
All right, and that has us done. I would like to thank everyone that has come through the chat tonight, through Facebook, through YouTube, through Twitter. 154 people in the chat right now. We almost had 200, and if you haven't smashed a like on the video already, please, if you could, that would mean so much to us. Thank you for your participation and interactiveness in the chat with everyone else. It really does make
everyone.
The show go on so smoothly. And if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that big red button and the bell notification next to it, so you're the first one in the chat on the videos, first one in the comments, first ones to talk shit to us with stuff you do not like, or come by to see us talk shit to each other. And if you
want to see me and Mitch do more Raz, fucking subscribe to his channel. That's what I'm going to say on that.
And if you'd like to help us on the channel any further, make any contribution, we do have a membership program.
We'd love a £20 donation. Would be very nice as well.
Jesus. We have a membership program in the description where we have extra content building up during the match week all the way up to match day. So if you'd like to contribute there with us, it'd be much appreciated, but not expected. So,
No worries.
Anything else you boys want to add before we head out?
Wolf Central got my fan of the match.
I totally forgot.
For the best ratings.
I totally forgot. Who was everyone's man of the match? I'm giving my man of the match to James Ward-Prowse.
Bequeta.
One thing I am going to say, I want to thank all the people who's been watching tonight. I really do appreciate it, me and the boys. Big game Sunday. That's another thing. Like, we're going to go to Liverpool. That's going to be a real test for us, and I'm quite looking forward to it. Like, one thing I will say tonight before I round this up is that we see us going 1-0 down and spin it around. I know people say about the opposition, but you still got to do it under pressure. And let's be honest, if West Ham would have lost that game tonight, we would have been a fucking laughing stock, big time. Like 1-14 on we was to win that game.
We would have been a Brighton. We would have been a Villa.
Yeah, we would have been. It would have been embarrassing for West Ham to lose that game, right? Especially with the talent that we got.
Hey, Europa Conference League. It's easy stuff, isn't it?
I know, mate.
European football for the English clubs. It's easy.
That's what all these Villa fans have been saying to us, but we move. Listen, as I say, the boys got it done in the end tonight, and it proves to us that they can do it under pressure when the going gets tough. So we
move on to Liverpool away on Sunday, and then Freiburg for our first away match in Europa League.
Be sure to check out mine and Lucas's preview for the Liverpool game.
Yes.
The Freiburg game is in 2 weeks. We've got Lincoln, Sheffield United, and Freiburg away.
Good man. Way to keep me on my toes. But that is it from us. We hope you all enjoyed. Thank you again for tuning in, interacting with us and everyone else in the chat. And we will see you next time. Come on, you Irons.
That is